How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. This is the fifth and final episode of my Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster Platinum Trophy playthrough for PlayStation. So, if you're new here, welcome. If this is the first time watching this channel, I do recommend checking out the other four episodes that precede this one. If you've already watched those and you're returning, thank you for coming back. Let's wrap this journey up together. And without further ado, let's do a quick recap and then get into it. So, on the previous episode, we had just finished up getting the class upgrades from Bahamut. So what we did is I went around and upgraded my spells, my gear, things like that. Then we went and got the bottled fairy from the caravan merchant. Took that fairy to Gaia, released the fairy, and got the Oxyel, which would eventually allow us to breathe underwater. Then we finally went and cleared the volcano, defeating the fire fiend Marilith in the process. Afterwards, we went and got the warp cube from the waterfall cave. Uh, After that, we went to the town of Onrak. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and got the submarine and took the submarine down to the submerged temple. Uh, in the temple, we found the Rosetta Stone, and then eventually ended up defeating the uh, water crystal fiend Kraken. We were able to afterwards take the Rosetta Stone and learn the Lufinian language. And then afterwards, once we were able to understand the language, we went to Lifinia and got the chime, which would then allow us to enter the Mirage Tower. The Mirage Tower is what gave us access to the Flying Fortress. In the Flying Fortress, we got the Adamantite ore. We grinded out a bunch of battles and fought Warmech, and then eventually cleared the dungeon by defeating the boss, Tiamat. Um, so really, the only thing left to do in this episode is, trophy-wise anyways, is to forge the Excalibur using the Adamantite ore that we got from the Flying Fortress, and beat the final boss of the game, Chaos. So this will be a short episode. Again, if it's your first time, checking one of these out with me, I do recommend watching the other episodes first. And if you've already watched them, thank you for hanging in there with me. Let's go ahead and knock this one out, and then we can get on to Final Fantasy 2. Let's do it. All right, so we are at the desert right outside the Mirage Tower. That's where we left off last time. So I'm going to fly over to the dwarves and have them craft the Excalibur sword for me. It should be around here somewhere, right? Back over here, right? Cool. Looks awesome. It'd be cool if we could unleash an attack like in Fate. I think it's Fate Stay Night, where Arthur released Excalibur. This shit was so badass. Like a giant beam of light just decimated shit. It was so cool. Effective against everything. That's cool. Okay. Random battle on the airship there. IR powers combined. Here we go, Chaos Shrine. This is it. All right. According to the bestiary, there should be a purple worm. Yeah, there it is. Kill this thing and scratch it off the list. Yeah. God, that Excalibur sword is sexy. I think there should be a new monster on this floor too. Yep. Rios. Scratch him off the list. Power staff. Oh, already had that. Nothing special. Are these the shitbags that wiped me in the ice cave? I fucking hate those things, dude. That's so embarrassing. Death Eye. Okay, he's new. Can I just brute force him? Okay, yeah. Moo, bitch. Get out the way. Oop, chest. Don't miss these. Finally getting use out of that lute, the instrument lute. Right, nothing in here, just big old empty floor, I guess. I wish I could remember more about Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise. So I could kind of talk about the lore and how it fits in with this game, and kind of like retcons and sets this story up. But I honestly don't remember that much about it. I didn't really like the game all that much. The combat was okay, but like, I don't know, there's just something about it that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And honestly, I felt like they could have just spent that time and those resources to making something else, because I don't think they really needed to add on to this game. You know, I mean, this game could just stand on its own without the need for expanding the lore, and kind of like changing the start point for the franchise. But that's just me. But yeah, if I could at least remember the plots, I'd have a little bit more to talk about. Like, oh, well, you know, in Stranger Paradise, this makes more sense now because of this, and then in this game, this makes more sense because of what happened in Stranger Paradise. But the game to me was just very unforgettable. Like, there are some cool moments, like, oh, okay, that kind of makes this story beat a little bit better, but for the most part, I just don't feel like it was really needed. And well, I guess, you know what? I guess that's kind of a good thing. If I'm not talking about stuff happening in that game, it doesn't spoil anybody that happens to be watching this one. But if you haven't played that game, just know that it is basically a retcon of the franchise and kind of becomes the first game in the franchise before this one, and directly feeds into this game. So it is a direct prequel to the first Final Fantasy game. Oh, looks like we have a rematch with Lich. I don't know if he's significantly stronger than the first time, but I'm pretty sure we can just whoop him. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. Just that's my move. Kill. You just die. Like I don't need to waste spell slots on this boss because he's not really hitting very much. So I think I'm just gonna hold on. Just kind of pummel him down a little bit. Yeah, see, I mean he's already dead. Because I don't know if there's going to be a point later in this dungeon where I can restore our resources. So just in case not, we'll be conservative with our stuff. It looks like there's the next fiend. All right, let's get our auto battle set back up. Lava worm. I think I already got this guy in my bestiary. Oh, we got chests now. All right, 3 more chests, and I think we should be done with all the chests in the game. Glad I didn't miss any. Let me double check. Okay. We get another ribbon, so I have like a whole set for everybody. Sasuke's blade, we already got that. So we got one more chest. Hopefully it's not in here. I didn't see another one. Maybe it's further in. Maybe it'll be the last ribbon, if there is another ribbon. All right. Fiend number 2. Marilith. Just throw this out there for shits and giggles. I guess I don't have a chance. And I don't see a chest on this floor. We feel like at this point we could just turn off encounters and just be on our way, but whatevs. I mean, I guess there could be the one rare random encounter where I get wiped. Never know. All right, here's Kraken, round 2. Flame. Try that again, because I know this dude hits for a bunch of times. All his arms. I guess he's just going for magic damage this time around. No physical attacks yet. Put that Scourge out there that we didn't get the chance to do before. See if it does anything funny. Didn't get a chance there either. One random room in the very bottom corner. I bet that's probably our last treasure chest because there's stairs over here. So did they retool like stats in this game since you can go over level 50? Because I think in episode 1 when I pulled up my stats from my Final Fantasy Origins playthrough, you know, my characters had, you know, the 999 HP, but that was at the level 50 cap. So I'm guessing they redid stats for this so that you could, you know, keep leveling and not basically kind of reach the same stats, but later after 50, I guess. Just, I don't know, random thought. Because I just noticed I did hit 999 HP on my knight. And we're like, what, level 58, so almost 10 levels higher than on the Origins version. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I mean, I don't think you can go over 999 HP. Is that better than this? Oh, shit. Can anybody else equip this? Man, should I give it to my monk? Oh shit, anybody can equip this. Or I'm gonna give it to my black wizard. Hell yeah, dude. Does he become like a melee DPS now? Let's find out. If anything will survive long enough. Oh shit. Let's try this sword out. Oh, that's cool. It's like having 3 melee DPS now. All right, so we got Tiamat, round 2. Buff up. Mm. Oh, that kind of hurt. Where to use it this time? Oh, wow. Oh, would have been funny. Yeah, I think that's it. The only thing left is to kill Chaos. Make Jack proud. Alright, it's quick save just in the event that some bullshit happens. We should be fine, but you never know. Alright, everybody's level 58. Everybody's topped off with HP. Looking good on spell slots. I think this shouldn't be too bad. Some Back to the Future time paradox bullshit, or I should say, what, Terminator 2 time paradox bullshit. Time paradox stuff hurts my head. I try not to think about it. Right, final boss. Be cautious. You never know what's going to happen. Let's see, what can I use? What can I use that's useful? Oh shit, nice. That goes for everybody. Okay. Now. Tech should stack, right? Because I know a lot of shit in this game stacks, whereas it doesn't in later games. We'll just cast it again just to see if it stacks. Okay, let's just start throwing shit out there. I mean, we bought all these spells, might as well use them. And they don't hit for shit, though. That's new. Ow. Almost died on my soda here. Went down the wrong pipe. Here we go, I think. Or does it transform into some phase 2 bullshit? I don't remember. Safer Neo Deluxe Chaos or some bullshit. Yep, guess that was it. None can say unless you play another game. Probably some 30 years later. true crystals reside in your heart. That's some the true treasure was the friends you made along the way type of stuff. I'm not gonna skip the credits. Nope, that was fun. It's been it's been roughly 10 years since the last time I played this. I looked up my achievements on True Achievements website because the last version I played was on the Windows phone. Oddly enough, it was in September of 2015, so almost exactly 10 years to the date since the last time I played this. I'm amazed how much stuff I forgot. Like I said in a previous video, I really just remembered the beginning parts of the game. You know, the whole story setup and like the first, like the Earth Shrine and things like that. I don't know why I remember that and not so much the end stuff. But yeah, I mean, this was the game that launched a franchise, saved a company. Its legacy is, you know, cemented in history. It's a good game. You know, it's very basic, but I mean, back then, this was like the shit back in the day. You know, it was way before, you know, summons and limit breaks and, you know, all this crazy shit that got shoved into these games eventually over time. You know, it's just very basic. It's basically Dungeons and Dragons with like the spell slot system and, you know, basic leveling up and stat increases. Very much Dungeons and Dragons with like a Japanese twist on it. The story, you know, is very basic. I don't really have a lot to say about the story. It serves as a simple vessel to kind of get you into what I consider a battle simulator type of game. Because I mean, that's really what you're doing throughout most of the game is just battling random encounters. At least for these early games. You know, later games are very narrative and story driven, whereas this one is just, you know, hey, you're here to smash creatures with your weapons and level up and get money and buy stuff. One of my minor gripes with the game is just like the spells and everything. You have so many spell options and like you really don't, at least I didn't use very many of them. You know, I only used a handful of spells. I mean, even at the end of the game, you saw me, I just turned on auto battle with attacks and using the same 2 items to, you know, not even use my spell slots. So it does become trivial in the later, I'd say, back third of the game. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say this is the worst Final Fantasy game I've played. Trying to think which one I would actually consider the worst, at least out of the mainline games. I think actually the next one is probably my least favorite because I think 2 is the one that has the saga style level system where you gain stats and proficiencies by, you know, doing things in combat like healing and attacking raises, you know, their specific stats. It might be 3, but I think it's 2. Um, 3, I think, is the one that introduces like the different job classes. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played all those as well. Um, but yeah, I don't really like the saga style level progression, at least not for Final Fantasy. Um, what else can I say about this game? I mean, I've said it previously, I can't really do this game justice. There's way better people online that have, you know, made great videos on, you know, the importance of this game. As far as the Pixel remaster version goes, I mean, I think it's great that this has been re-released on modern systems just to get new fans in. Um, I I'm not a big fan of the sprite work that they chose to go with. I mean, I think they could have used some of the more modern sprite work from like the Windows version, for example. I think they just look nicer. I mean, if they're just trying to stay true to the original game, I get it. That's just a little nitpick. It doesn't change any of the gameplay. It's purely cosmetic. Yeah, almost died drinking in the middle of that boss fight. That was embarrassing. Got through the game with only one party wipe, which was stupid luck. I didn't need to turn on any of the boosters. So there are boosters in the Pixel Remaster to boost your experience gain and your money gain. Didn't need any of that. There is an option to turn off encounters. I did use that from time to time when I felt like I was getting a little bit over leveled while grinding out bestiary spawns. I did turn encounters off a little bit just so I wouldn't get ridiculously overpowered before I needed to be. Crazy how many people are in these credits for a game that was created, what, almost 40 years ago now? Like, I guarantee you there was not this many people working on it originally. Kind of blows my mind how many people it takes to make a game nowadays, even just a remaster. Like, there's so many more people involved, especially for these big companies. And then you look at companies like or developers like Team Cherry that did like Hollow Knight and Silk Song. It's only like a handful of people in comparison, and that game is fucking amazing, by the way. I haven't played Silk Song yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. And like, everybody's got to get credit. Like Jerry, the janitor, is probably mentioned on here. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have lasted this long and finished this little playthrough series with me. Let me know in the comments, what you thought about this game. When did you first play it? Was it original, like back in the day when it first came out? Is it any of the remasters that came out between now and then, or did you start with this one? Like, this is the first time you played it. Let me know. Let me know what you thought. Maybe let me know what your favorite game is in the series. That'd be cool to know as well. Everybody, there's people that they're all over the place with Final Fantasy. Some people, seven is probably the most popular, and I get it because that's my favorite. There are people that they love Final Fantasy 8, even though I feel like 8 is way underappreciated. People that love 9 because they feel like it's the last true kind of fantasy style Final Fantasy that's like the turn-based combat, kind of like it is like the quintessential classic style Final Fantasy game. I don't remember much about that one. It didn't impress me as much, but I mean, I get it. People love 10. I get 10 as well. That's a great game. Some of the voice acting was kind of cringe, especially the laughing ha 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 nonsense. But I mean, I get it. But on the other side too, Final Fantasy fans are like the Metallica fans of JRPGs. Like, they will die on that hill defending whatever they think is their favorite, game or album, for comparison. The end. All right. Is it gonna stop on its own, or do I gotta? There we go. All right, so that took 12 hours at level 58. I don't remember what I was at in the original. I'd have to pull that up from the first video I made, but I'm pretty sure, given the equipment's probably exactly the same, that the loadouts and everything were probably, for the most part, almost identical. But that's the end of Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. I don't think I actually got my... There we go. I was getting worried there. Let's make sure we get that platinum. There we go. Master of 1. All trophies for Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. All right, so that's going to be it, everybody. Hopefully you'll join me for the Final Fantasy 2 Platinum Trophy playthrough. That should be coming within the next couple of days, because I'm just going to start cranking these out. Especially these first games, which are really short in length. So I hope to see everybody there. Have a great day.